419 in lockdown. Run out of toilet paper.
No, we bloody haven't. No, we haven't. If you saw the video, Tom, we got plenty of toilet paper. Don't you worry, honey.
We could get locked down in this very room.
And you and I, in here for the foreseeable future, just making love for warmth.
Can we live stream it and make some money?
Bloody can. Yes, we bloody can.
Here's some headlines. We have the reason why WWE haven't cancelled WrestleMania 36 yet. We have an update on future major WWE TV events, and a British wrestling legend has retired. More on that in a little while. The NHL suspended, the NBA suspended, the NFL suspended, the XFL suspended.
The NHS in ruins.
WrestleMania. Even the British Premier League of soccer/football has called time, but WrestleMania is still, as a fact, on the cards.
It's happening. It's definitely not happening. It's happening. Is it happening? Right, we have the reason. Tom, take it away.
Okay, so Brian Alvarez from Wrestling Observer Live says, I've heard from more and more people close to WWE that it hasn't been cancelled or postponed because of an insurance reason. The city needs to prevent WrestleMania from happening to collect on an insurance policy. This is the information I've been given from several people. Don't know if it's true or not, but these people are close to WWE and that's what they are saying.
Absolutely. Loads of reports backing this up. Essentially, WWE now are in a weird game of chicken with Tampa. This is an odd one to talk about. So essentially, Tampa want WWE to cancel the show or postpone the show because they've got an insurance policy which will be more cost effective should WWE do that. WWE are in the same boat where they need Tampa to cancel the show so that they can collect on their insurance policy. We don't know the absolute specifics of those policies, but it's becoming increasingly clear that that is what is happening here.
Reddit user Loose Lips Backstage has a pretty good record when it comes to stories from behind the scenes, and they've also said WrestleMania, the WWE stars want WrestleMania to go ahead. They've also stated that the show may end up actually taking place, but in a smaller venue, if it indeed happens at all.
Mass gatherings of, is it above 50 people have been banned?
Yes, above 50.
It just can't happen. Why haven't they addressed this properly yet? In the meeting last week, it was said, oh, okay, we're going to essentially give them a week, see where we're at, and then we're going to make a decision next week. That looks like what is going to be happening, but still, like, fans are being kept in limbo here. This doesn't seem very fair to all the people that have...
Well, Donald Trump kind of made that decision much easier for fans in Europe on Saturday when he finally went, okay, Europe and the UK and Ireland, none of you are coming to America. No matter what Neil Diamond says. So that kind of puts the kibosh on WrestleMania plans for anybody on our side of the water, at least.
Absolutely, which is a significant number of empty seats there.
There's
lots and lots of people come from Europe, for sure.
But yet we don't have from what we understand, Vince and co still believe WrestleMania will happen.
They can't. They just can't.
I think Vince will debut a wrestler called P-Andemic before he cancels
Brother of PN News.
Oh,
what a tag team. You know what? I feel like my personal opinion is I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be very, very irresponsible for it to happen. Given what's happening now, it can't go ahead in the state that we know WrestleMania as, if that makes sense.
What's infuriating as well is there, as we've said before on this news video, that WrestleMania is basically the Edinburgh Fringe Festival now of professional wrestling. So that week is always comprised of wrestling shows in the run-up to it. Now, the majority of those wrestling shows are being suspended or cancelled. Obviously, if you're still planning to travel to Tampa, do check before you do to see whether yours are going ahead. But there are a couple of key events that week that haven't made any announcement yet because they're waiting on the decision from WWE.
Well, they want to know if fans are going to be around the venues
Exactly.
and actually pop in and watch some wrestles.
So there's part of this. There's kind of like there's a bigger issue here with Vince and co. Not only is it sort of like due diligence to the other wrestling promotions in the area, but as you say, to fans around the world, because as far as so many are concerned, this event is still happening. You haven't said it otherwise.
If Impact's TNA Retro show gets cancelled,
that will be all.
I'm more excited for that than Mania. That's wrestling done for me. If that's gone and I don't get to see D'Lo Brown and Ken Anderson team up one more time.
TNA is well and truly the cockroach of British professional wrestling. And I mean that in the nicest way.
It won't go away.
In the sense that no matter what you do, it lives. Just
Good.
keeps on.
Because it's bloody
living.
great. It's great.
Do you know what? If all else fails, right? Have TNAs. Have TNAs. Is no place like home. Held at Raymond James. Put it in an empty stadium.
Perfect.
Could you imagine? Whoa. WrestleMania's still on. Looking ahead to other major wrestling TV events for WWE, how much fun was SmackDown on Friday?
Fantastic.
Wow.
Paul Levesque is just a man, isn't he? I love you, Trips.
he was basically just burying Michael Cole for 2 hours.
Who was fantastic as well. I've watched the thing back now because I hadn't seen it when I did a news video on Saturday. I've watched it and bloody hell, Michael Cole can go. What a weird sentence.
Michael Cole can truly go. So if you enjoyed WWE coming out of the Performance Centre, you are in so much luck.
Get used to it, baby.
For the foreseeable future, it looks like major WWE shows will be emanating from 5550 Forsyth Commerce Road. I think I've got the address right. If not, it's just over the road. So Orlando is going to be the place where WWE shows come from. Raw tonight, set to come from the Performance Centre.
With huge names. This is going to be I can't wait to do Graded tomorrow. Right, the names confirmed who are in Florida right now, by the way. They're going to be on the show. We've got Stone Cold Steve Austin. Happy 316 day, right? Tossing beers at the stalls.
I had a beer. I said I had a beer.
Stop watching me. He just hears it now. We've also got Edge, who is there, of course, to further the Randy Orton storyline. And The Undertaker will be there too for a contract signing with AJ Styles for an event that might not happen.
Or a triple threat Iron Man match.
Right.
This is like, it's so weird because it's a tough time for everybody, but there is so much fun to be had from watching how Raw is going to emanate from the Performance Centre tonight. What they're going to do.
3 hours. Like, SmackDown got away with it because, like, 2 hours makes it a little bit easier. Whack the Elimination Chamber tag match in there as well. That's a bit of time killed. Raw, 3 hours with these massive names, and nobody's going to be popping when they come out because there's not going to be anyone there. I can't wait. I'm fascinated by this whole thing. I'm not taking pleasure in the horrible situation that everything is in, but this is a very interesting time to be a fan of pro wrestling.
Bray Wyatt is literally the only person within WWE who has offered an alternative to WrestleMania this year. Like, nobody else has said anything about it being cancelled, postponed, suspended, with the exception of Bray Wyatt, who went to Twitter to say,
if WrestleMania gets delayed, The Fiend hereby challenges John Cena to a bar fight death match, TM. This will take place at Hooters. Not kidding. Well, at least he's having some fun as well. It's a very, very stressful time for all of these guys. I would put money on that match not necessarily happening, but who knows? Anything can happen in the Pandemic Wrestling Federation. So interesting to talk about, like, pretty much all of the WWE shows, upcoming shows, will emanate from the Performance Centre. A lot of those shows haven't yet been formally cancelled, but that's the belief that that's going to be happening. That was from PW Insider, confirmed by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful also. It's going to be an interesting few weeks, that's for sure.
Keep us with Cultaholic. When we know more, you will know more too. So Jeff Hardy made his WWE return to a rousing sound of nothing to defeat Baron Corbin at the Performance Centre. One of the big moves he used to finish him off was the well-known Twist of Fury.
So well-known. The well-known Twist of Fury. It's a spinning neck breaker with a bit of pomp. Sure, so there were rumours circulating after this happened because WWE acknowledging it on commentary as the Twist of Fury and not the Twist of Fate. It is a different move, it's got to be said. But the rumours circulating were the reason that they can't say Twist of Fate anymore is because Matt Hardy may have trademarked rather, Twist of Fate. So you can still do the move, because you can do whatever moves you want, but they can't call it the Twist of Fate. However, Matt has responded to this, Thomas, tweeting, I did not! The WWE and Jeff are completely free to use Twist of Fate. The change 100% came on their end. I wouldn't ever look to do anything to hinder my brother. I'm thrilled to see him back on WWE TV, looking healthy and happy. Would like to echo that as well. Jeff looked great.
He looked great, didn't he?
Really brilliant. So there's a bit of a rumour killer for you, essentially, and an interesting one as well. To me, it's possibly that Jeff doesn't want to do the twist of fate anymore, because he altered the move so it was like a stunner, didn't he, for a while?
Yes.
I've got the feeling he just doesn't want to do that back bump for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, but it's a spinning neck breaker now, and then he finished off with the swanton.
The old swanton. I think it's just distancing from Matt Hardy.
I think so as well.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
It's just coming up with something that's a little bit different, a unique IP for Jeff Hardy. I don't know how Twist of Fury doesn't really flow, though.
I bet they forgot to trademark it. I'm going to do that. As soon as we press stop recording, I'm going to go and record. I'm going to go and register the trademark.
Quickly now.
You can have it for $4,000, Vince. 40.
And finally, you're probably intrigued as to why we have that picture on our desk today. Does that look familiar, Adam Pacitti?
Dickhead.
It's a man you have crossed paths with many times. That is, of course, Martin Kirby, British wrestling legend, who went onto social media yesterday with the following.
I first began wrestling 14 years ago, and in that time I've surpassed any expectations I ever had. The opportunities I've been fortunate enough to have received allow me to wrestle in every major city, main event shows, meet and wrestle childhood heroes, have a WWE tryout, and even compete 2 tours in Japan with Dragon Gate. However, the time has come now to hang up my pink and black trunks for the final time. I'm proud of all the friends I've made, the things I've accomplished, and the fans I've entertained over the years. Thank you. Martin Kirby officially retiring from pro wrestling. I'm really, really sad about this, because I think Martin Kirby is one of the best talents in the UK. I think he has been for a long time now, over 10 years. The guy can do comedy, he can do technical, he can just go. He's such a great guy as well, and I had a whole lot of fun working with him in WCPW. And yeah, I'm really, really sad. Things were going great for him. He was out there in Dragon Gate. That tour was cut short because of the pandemic, and they were having to cancel shows. And this came out of nowhere for me. But a hell of a guy. Have you worked with Martin before?
I've had the pleasure of working with Martin Kirby on several occasions for shows around the Northeast, and every time Martin Kirby is in a locker room, it is an event worthy of a smile. Before anything has happened, you know for a fact that Kirby's going to go out there and work incredibly hard, put on a great show, entertain everybody, and he's also got a lot of time for everybody. Like I know you've had some incredible experiences with him. One in particular that genuinely I remember as a fan watching WCPW and watching you get your comeuppance and getting tubes thrown at you, and that was the rivalry that you and Martin Kirby had. I thought was some of the best wrestling that was around at that time.
Yeah, it was
really was,
and it was so much fun to do. And that's very much all down to Martin. He's one of the good guys. He really, really is, and I'm gutted about this. So thank you, Martin Kirby, for everything that you've done. Thank you for the times that we've shared together. You are a hell of a guy. Whatever you choose to do next, you will no doubt find great success in, because you are the man and not a dickhead.